What's good, fellas? We are back live from Fayettenam, home of J. Cole, Dennis Smith Jr., Alfion Crockett, Dennis L.A. White, Moray, and much, much more. Right now, there's just four of us here. We're still waiting on Big Face. He should be coming in soon. And Big Kaz said he might be coming on tonight as well. Now, let me introduce this cast we got with us tonight. We got the Mutate God down below
Yo, yo,
me.
yo. You take.
We
Know what
got
it is.
Latin Looney Tunes right next to me.
Yar, dímelo, dímelo.
And we got Mr. J, the historian himself, down there in the bottom corner. How y'all doing tonight,
What's,
fellas?
what's good, everybody? What's
Doing
good?
great.
It's another
Doing
day,
good.
man. We alive.
Oh, yeah. Another day, another hustle.
You feel me?
That's
yeah,
what's up. That's
Hey, look,
what's
I'm
up.
gonna go ahead and spark my blunt because today's topics is something else, my boy. So I'm
Well,
gonna go
and we
ahead and
did the
get
five
right.
minute introduction, so so we can go ahead and get that out the way as well. I guess Big Face ain't joining us. They got the BKFC tonight, so he's
Yeah.
live in Hollywood, Florida for the BKFC 57.
shout out to Big Face.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he has
Still
to
Yeah,
doing
represent for
business.
the Circle of Kings and whatnot.
Represent.
Some juicy topics tonight.
For sure.
Y'all ready to get into them?
Let's do it.
Let's
let's
go.
dig in.
Um, First topic, always a controversial topic, probably a sensitive topic for some fans. Biggie versus Pac. Who you got? Who wants to go first?
It don't matter. I'll go.
Go ahead.
Oh, 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 oh. Check your
Me
check your
or
invites.
somebody coming in?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, we got Big Cass. Cass,
Oh,
what's
big
good? What's
Kaz in the
good?
building.
Big Cash.
What's good,
What
man?
up,
What
my
up?
brother?
I'm cooling. Yo, Paul.
What's up?
Paul.
Yeah.
I got Walmart delivery pulling up in my crib. Let me go outside and grab the stuff from the dude before we start.
Okay. All
Okay.
right. All right. So, get into it. Pac,
Yeah,
Big
I
versus
mean,
Pac. Who you got and why? And why?
now I'll tell you like this, man. Like this subject is so overdone for me. Like I'm like over it like a times a million. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, this
When I
yeah.
Now when I was young, I was pro Biggie. Now I ain't gonna lie, all the way East Coast Biggie. I was on it. As I got older, became a little bit more on the Pac side. I ain't gonna lie, because I mean it was just like I don't know, like the stuff Pac was talking about. I was like going through more of that as I got older. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to that particular beef, when I was young, I went on the Biggie side because Biggie just had more swag with it. He didn't really do nothing. And if Who Shot You was for Pac, which I don't think it was, I think Biggie just had more lyrical charisma than Pac did. But you know, overall, it was just a bad publicity stunt that went wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah,
what
and
I
I
mean?
think
So
there's no proof that Who Shot You was about Pac, and that
No, not
definitely
at all.
played into it.
Yeah.
really, it was Puff versus
So
Suge.
you going with Pac? You started with Big, and now you going with Pac.
I'm just over it. I can't. I'm not biased. I'm going for both of them. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay,
It's tough, man.
Mr. J, the
Yeah,
historian.
man. Hey, to piggyback on what he was saying, the Who Shot Your verse was actually for somebody else. I failed to remember who exactly it was for at the
It,
time, but a lot of what was going on was just crazy around that time, and everything that's come out since has really kind of pulled pulled everybody, in different directions.
Mm,
Um, I personally, I was bumping both of them at the same time. I didn't stray away from that, but I had more of a passion for Pop because of his, poetry and his
mm,
his passion, and just the things that he went through and he represented. Not just about, uh, you know, the hood, not just about flashiness, really because his mother was a Panther and he was about the struggle, and he was really about upliftment of people. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he got caught up in a lot of you know negativity. Kind of wasn't allowed to really mature to where he could have been. And we see a lot of flashes of that in the movies. We see a lot of the flashes of that in the music and some of the stuff that's come out since. Even at the end of it, the magazines drew out that whole East West thing. He had that One Nation album that was supposed to come out, and some of the tracks came out with him and Buckshot and the whole boot camp clique. So tragic all the way around. But I was my passion, the passion was there for Pac.
Mm-hmm. So you got Pac over Big.
For the passion, you know what I'm saying? Big was definitely more technical. It was definitely more about punchlines and metaphors
and stories.
Storylines, lyric wise. You know what I'm saying? So
Latin Loonies, what say you, my friend?
See,
He from the West Coast.
I'm from the West. That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
Don't say it with your chest. Throw them dubs up.
But hear me out though. With me
throw
saying
them dubs up.
With me saying I'm from West Coast, bro. I listened to more Biggie than I did Tupac.
Okay. And
what I've noticed about a lot of people on the East Coast is they listen to more Tupac than they do Biggie. I don't know what it is, why, but it's crazy. But me personally, man, I resonated more with Biggie, man. Like I just like the way he made things pictured out. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it was like, oh shit, I like this nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? And Pac, of course, Pac will forever be one of the greats because I think everybody can resonate with Pac. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what set me apart with Biggie, that I felt like it was a select type of people who would really resonate with Biggie and be like, you know what, this is the kind of flow that I'm on, or this is the kind of path that I'm on type shit. And yeah, man, I got to go with Biggie, man. I got to go with Biggie.
Right.
Hey, Kaz, welcome back to the show, man. What say you, my friend?
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me back, man. I'm chilling, man. How y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, man.
Cooler, man. Enjoying the discussion, man.
So who you got, Big versus Pac, and why?
I got Big, man, just because it's more of like that's where I was, and when I was a child going through that, that's what I was like into at the time. I didn't even really hear a lot of that pop music until like after he was dead and everything, and I went back and was like doing the research because in the time I was like more on that East Coast shit. But as far as like if you were to ask me who was better, I mean, with me saying Big, that's just me giving my personal preference of who I fucks with. But if you were to ask me who was the better MC or who was more important in any of those questions, I have to give it a tie, man. Like I said, I'd have to give it a tie. Pac is technical with the lyrics. Pac is an incredible songwriter. Like Pac is an incredible MC. And man, Pac is crazy, man. When we got to hear a lot, we got to hear a lot more body of work from Pac.
Yeah,
to
definitely.
hear what he was capable of, more different things. But that motherfucking, and then another thing too with Big. I mean, Ready to Die was cool to me. Like Ready to Die wasn't the shit to me. It was okay at the time. I grew to appreciate it. But that second album, that Life After.
Life After.
Oh my God.
That's the blueprint. That's the real blueprint. That is the real blueprint.
Masterpiece.
I gotta go with Big over Pac. Big came into out the gate spitting, was a force to reckon with. This might be taking a shot at Pac, but Pac kind of had to like dance. He had to be a dancer for Digital Underground and kind of, put in work and get in the door and whatnot. I mean, Big out the gate was a force to reckon with. Biggie's double CD sold more than Pac's double CD. And I mean, like Biggie was just off of one verse and one song. Everybody was clamoring for more of them. You know, Pac's first album, it was good. I wouldn't say it was totally great. Some skippables. You know, it's not a non-skippable joint. You know,
Well, that was
but
Tupacalypse.
is that the name of the first one?
Yes,
Mr. J, the
Apocalypse.
story.
No,
Strictly. The first one is called
For my
"Strictly for
niggas.
My Niggas," and then
Yeah,
it's
I
Hold
can't
then
say
it's
that. I
Tupac.
can't say that
Yeah,
word. Y'all got to say it for me.
yeah, yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Well,
So,
Tupacalypse was the second one.
yeah, yeah,
I believe
yep.
so, and then I believe the third one was called Thug Life.
I
I
thought
believe so.
So you
I
saying?
thought
So
that was
y'all
a
saying?
group project. That was a group project, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool. So Pac's body of work doesn't. So damn. So Big's body of work is better than Pac's body of work. That's what y'all telling me, right? With his short amount of work.
man,
To
that
me
I
life
think it
after
personally,
is. I
death,
to
think it
me,
man.
is. I
to
think the
me
quality of
personally,
it is.
yes.
Yeah, I think it has. He's a
To me
better
personally,
quality catalog overall.
Because
That life
Pac
after
beats.
death, man.
Pac's beats at first suck, man.
Yeah, that's another thing. Pac wasn't always the greatest beat picker.
Yeah, but when he got with Suge, and then it picked up. But
and I think the thing was with Biggie being with Diddy influencing a lot of his beats is what kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the selection of beats Diddy was giving him
Yeah,
was like,
versus what
oh,
he
this shit.
wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
was like, no, he was like, bro, listen, you could do it. I'm like, come on, juicy, bro. Just think
Yeah,
about it,
because he
bro.
ain't even
Like,
like
Yeah.
Juicy for real. Yeah, he ain't even
no,
like
Yeah.
at
Juicy for
all,
real.
at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, facts,
Damn.
bro.
I think
So I
Pac,
feel
you
Yeah.
like,
know, Pac, as far as production, he was going through the early eras of gangster rap coming out in '92, which is actually Tupacalypse now was actually the first one. Strictly for Mine was the second one. But
Okay.
Okay.
going
okay.
going through kind of different eras and growth of the sound, especially on the West Coast, he was kind of coming in on the end of that kind of late '80s sound, going into the early '90s. So
Hmm.
you
Mm.
kind of see where the evolution of the producers were, like Bobcat and
Oh.
different other cats that were on different albums. Uh,
But I still, hey, Mr. J, I still don't think Pac had an excuse though. Cause like look at all the hot production that was out in like '92 though. Like you know what I mean? Like it was some
Yeah.
serious, but you know what I mean? He didn't go for it. Like Wu
well,
Tang
I
was
think
out at
it's
the time. You know what I mean?
Premier,
Like
Pete Rock.
he had some hit. He could have
That's
I
a
got
think it was
lot.
something.
different though. I
Yeah, he
think it
could
was
have went with a
different.
different element.
I think it was a different era. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really. You had still had singular producers working on different people's albums. You did. It's not like now people kind of go and cherry pick different albums and they can go,
Yeah.
shopping. They could go basically producer shopping. Back then, you didn't really do that. You knew what the budget was, and most of it was in
Maybe
house.
that's what I'm about to say. Maybe he didn't have a budget on the earlier projects like some of these other
That's
guys did too.
that's
You
probably what
know,
it was.
but
Uh,
just for me, I love all the production for what it was. Back in the day, it's just it changes, the sound changes, and it was just that growth from then till '96, and you kind of see all of it.
Well, Digital Underground beats was hot.
Yep,
yeah.
Yeah,
Shock
yeah.
G, Raw Fusion did a lot of that production. Um,
Mm, mm. Well, maybe he just didn't want it. I don't know. That's something to think about.
Well, his best album to me was the one. What's the one with Shed So Many Tears and all that, and
that's
Dear
me against the
Mama.
world.
Me
That's the
against the
best
world,
one to
yeah.
me, and that's a lot of Easy Mo B production on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's hard.
Who produced a lot of the Biggie tracks?
Machiavelli hard too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
All eyes
Machiavelli
on
tough.
me, man.
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
eyes on me is like right there under that life after death, man. Like
yeah,
it's another,
yeah,
it's another blueprint album. You know what I'm saying? Not
yeah.
not not as hard as life after death, but I mean he had a lot of different cuts. A lot of different styles on that album, and it was fire, man. He even had East Coast cats on there.
yeah,
Method Man.
fact.
If Pop would have got more Dre beats and let Dre kind of control that, we might have had something else, man.
well,
Maybe.
So like, question, man, because like during this era, I was young. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I because me, like, I honestly got introduced to hip hop like when I first moved out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I really started getting into hip hop. Is when I moved out here to the East Coast, and I was 13, 14 maybe. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I had always done music, but so like with y'all like being around in that era, like what's do y'all feel like y'all know why it happened, or is it still like crazy or like a mystery to y'all? Like, because I feel
Why what happened?
like everything that happened between them.
Shit, I mean, we really just coming to feel like niggas who was really heavy in the streets in LA, they knew back then, but we really just coming to know now, like, what it really was. Like, it really was an East Coast, West Coast beef. Like, it really was
Right.
beef
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta think about it, we from North Carolina too. We from the South, so it's like really we caught whatever the media sent out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was heavy. That was really heavy on the reason why beef was, the way it was, because you had other artists, East Coast, West Coast artists, working together, but you wouldn't hear that in the magazines. You wouldn't hear that, on the video shows. It's just now that you're starting to get some of them stories of cats who were like, yo, the magazines made it
Bless you.
more than it was.
Thank you.
There were individual beefs. There were label beefs, but it was never as big as everybody made it, as all the media made it.
That's what
And
I was about to say. So it was media kind of pushing it that way.
It
Is what
was.
you,
Nah,
But
but niggas was really getting shot from the beginning. Like I'm saying, like niggas was really getting shot in Atlanta with Suge and Puff, and then like, you know, Pop was really running with real street niggas that was heavy in the streets, and they really set him up. Like, you know what I'm saying? The same niggas who was, bullying in the game 20 years later was niggas he was fucking with 20 had beef with 20 years before that. And like I said,
that's
and
crazy.
he really went to prison thinking Big and them had set him up, his only close people. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
I mean, it was serious events.
That beef did open up the door for the South. That's when like Master P flew in, and a lot of other people from the South started flying in after that. You know what I mean? So it was a crazy time, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the next topic. Best rap battles or beefs of all time.
Well, outside of Big and Pop,
Outside of Big and Pac. Let's start with Mr. J.
well, I got a list here. We're gonna start with the essentials. KRS-One versus MC Shan. That's a big one. That kind of started the on record beefs, like the real on wax answering back and forth. There were battles before then, like Busy Bee, Treacherous Three, some other cats, some of the other pioneers before pre-recorded, like commercially recorded radio and record label. But that's kind of the big setup. Um, of course, besides the Big and Pac, of course, we got, the East, West, hyped up, which brought us some tracks like Dog Pound had New York, New York, Capone and Noriega had LA, LA. You got Jay-Z versus Nas, which is, probably one of the biggest, most recent ones, to kind of have an influence on the whole game.
right?
Joints like, Ether, Super Ugly, Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
And then one that I don't think anybody really thought about or may even know much about. It's like Aftermath basically versus everybody. Once 50 got on Aftermath, a lot of the artists took on a lot of his beefs with Ja Rule, and then Eminem with Benzino and Insane Clown Posse, and then the leftover Death Row beef from Dre leaving Death Row. This is basically like post Snoop leaving and going to No Limit, so it was kind of like the rebuilding or sort of like 2.0 of Death Row with different tracks from like for different rappers, like people who worked with
Damn, Mr.
Pac,
J,
people who work with.
you gonna leave us anything left, man?
We killing the room, so the room drive by. I got something else though.
No,
What you got?
they put me on some people. I didn't know about them.
Go ahead, Mute, take up.
Well, off the dome, let me see. I'll say here's a hidden one, man. 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony. People don't
Okay,
talk
yeah.
enough about that one. It took them damn what
Yeah.
30 years to finally fight, try to anyway. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
T.I. versus Flip, T.I. versus Ludacris. You can go into that one.
I was about to
That
say
was
that. Yo,
yeah, that shit was crazy.
that was funny.
You know what I mean? Especially the Ludacris and T.I. because they was going they went. Um I don't know, man. So other than the iconic ones, man, little small ones like, you know what I mean? I even remember who remembers the Lil Wayne and Gilly little
Yeah, yeah.
situation
Yeah,
they had, you know what I'm saying? People don't be remembering them little ones, man, but them little ones was
Yeah.
What?
impactful too, though. You know what I mean?
Nah, I can't.
Those
I can't believe
those are just a little couple shots.
Cat,
y'all ain't said what's that name? What's his name? Jeezy and Gucci Mane, man.
oh yeah, hell
Talk
yeah,
about
for
T.I. and
sure.
Flip. Jeezy and Gucci Mane's beef was
That was real.
ridiculous.
That was real for sure. But yeah, that's a lot of them, man.
Yeah, I know. I think Mr. J had mentioned Cam and Jay, but the real beef right there to me is Rockefeller versus everybody else they was going at, like like Nas and them at the time when they did the Hot
Mhm.
97 freestyles, because the Hot
Mm,
97 freestyles was like peak hip
crazy.
hop, peak that was real hip hop. Niggas going at each other, real MCing, but they was all street niggas too, so it was on a different level.
Mm,
I definitely want to say Compton Most Wanted versus Eight Hype Thugs, because
Mhm.
that
mm,
was that was one of the craziest beefs I've ever seen. When Quick came with Dollars and Cents, Dollars and Cents is like hip hop perfection as far as beefs go. Uh, Probably my favorite beef is Jim Jones versus Max B, which is really Jim
mm.
Jones versus Max B and Jim Jones. But I mean, Max B, I never seen a nigga go so hard to the point where the whole mixtape was a diss mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And like 16 songs calling a nigga snitch back to back, and
Yeah, that shit was
Max B,
crazy.
Biggerville went hard, and Biggerville shows you too how big an impact that Tupac had, because Biggerville is
Mm,
like, what I'm saying, a nigga that was so nice and so respected and so honored by MCs, but his whole style pretty much come from Pac.
yeah.
Other beefs, I mean, y'all named so many of them. Y'all named so many of them.
Mr. J had the long list.
uh, man, I got a couple of recent ones, man. You got what's his name? You got Drake and XX. You
Drake and
got
Meek Mill. Drake and Meek Mill on the
Drake
one
and
you
Meek
said?
Mill. Boom.
That was crazy, yo. That's one of the
Yeah, that
craziest
was
ones.
you got what's Young Dolph and what's his name?
Yo, God.
Yo Gotti, bro. Yeah, that's a big one.
You talking about Yo Gotti, you talking about the other Yo Gotti, you talking about the Dolph was beefing with Yo Gotti artists. What's the nigga name that would be like, they got the meme like, you what's up, you
You
whore?
talking about? Oh, you
Oh,
talking
Black
about
Youngster. Black
Brad
Black
Youngster?
Youngster.
Youngster, that's
But
what.
Yeah,
nah, but
nah,
Dolph was
it
beefing with
was Dolph
Gotti
with
too.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Gotti. It was
yeah,
Dolph and Gotti. Like
yeah.
that's the um yeah, man. What about Nicki and Cardi B when they, oh my god, they were fucking going crazy.
Very
Nicki and
well.
Cardi B and shit, they were going retarded. Then you got I feel like, Mr. J said, who'd you say against everybody? My against everybody would be Kanye.
Yeah.
Damn. Kanye versus the world.
Kanye versus the world, dog. I swear to God.
Yo, another dope beef is the beef between Tupac and Mobb Deep. Like, those are some
Yeah,
of the best songs going back and forth too. I mean,
yeah.
the drop a gem on them, Drop a Gem on him on Hell on Earth,
Yeah, that was
which
dope.
was the first record talking about Pac getting raped, is one of the craziest diss songs
Boy,
of
that
all
beat
time
was so
too.
crazy, bro. Oh my god,
We lose. We lose somebody.
Mr. J.
He's down there still.
All right, bro.
Man.
All right, well, let me go through my little quick list. Of course, Big and Pac, and that's the biggest one because you got two dudes dead over that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Common and Ice Cube was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Common did the bitchin' you joint on Ice Cube and killed them, and then Ice Cube versus NWA. And my all-time favorite has got to be 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Um,
of course.
Still going.
Classic.
yeah, like you literally
50
killed
Cent
the
and
man's
Jada
career.
Kiss.
I don't know if we seen that today.
Jada and Beanie. Oh my god.
Oh, Jada, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Woo!
there's a
That's
lot of
that's
chats, man. Like
that's that Hot 97 era. That Hot 97
Yeah, man.
freestyle era.
you got
Crazy.
DJ Quick versus MC8 in the chats, Romeo versus Bow Wow, Chingy versus Nelly,
Wow.
Dame versus Jay. Of course, somebody said Beans and Jada.
Yeah, man.
Nicki versus Remy Ma.
Jada winning 50 too, right?
Jada. Well, 50 went at Jada because he did the song with Ja Rule and Fat Joe. The New York,
You know, yeah.
yeah, that New York
100
joint.
guns, 100 clips. Yeah.
Yeah, cause
Paul,
I'm from New York.
let me jump in while you pausing your list. But one thing I think we gotta acknowledge too is that Drake versus Meek Mill, that was a crazy beef because I think Drake surprised a lot of people. People weren't expecting it, and a lot of things we name is just like shots, like MCs taking shots at each other. That was like an actual beef where it was like a timeline where it was going song for song. At some point,
Mm-hmm.
Meek got doubled up on the songs, but that was an ill battle, yo.
With the
Yeah.
King Von and Quando. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
King Von a crazy MC
that's
though. To
super
be
crazy.
honest, King Von is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Anything else
Yeah, yeah.
y'all want to touch on?
That was the end of your list,
Mm-hmm.
Paul.
Yeah, I only really had 4 on my list that was really significant to me.
Yeah.
The Common, Ice Cube, and NWA, and Ice Cube was involved in 2 of them. 50 Cent, Ja Rule, and then the Pac and Big, of course, is always going to be dear to a lot of people's hearts. You know.
Mm-hmm.
The common and Cube is dope too. You like those beefs where it's like rappers with different styles going at each other, like where the style is like extremely different. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this next
Yeah, hell yeah.
subject, we was gonna get into. Big Face was brought it up, but he ain't even here tonight to do, and that's the Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion feud.
Mm.
Y'all ain't heard
Uh,
neither one of the songs. I ain't heard the his, and I ain't
I'm gonna
heard
start with the young
the
cat
Nicki
Latin
one.
Looney Tunes on this one. What you munching
Ni-
on over there?
I mean some gummies, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Nah, but
What kind of gummies?
but nah, Nikki got cooked, bro. Oh, I don't know what she came out
Mm-hmm.
with. I don't know what that was, bro. But that's not the Nikki I know, at least. But yeah,
Mm.
make
Nikki on that cocaine. That's what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
Nose candy, man.
that shit is fucking her up.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad when people are telling you to not go listen to her song.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was
And it's,
terrible,
and
man.
it, and it, and this, bro, I'm telling you right now, this shit only blew Megan up like a motherfucker. So how you ain't put no promo into your song and you got Nicki's people blowing your song up?
Mm.
Mm.
But people sleeping on Megan. Megan can really rap, bro.
She can
She
rap.
Yeah.
stole she stole Pimp C whole style.
You know, did she steal it or was it a Houston thing?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Crazy.
He
Mr.
cooked her.
J, you got something to say about this? You
Uh,
down there quiet?
well, I think Megan got killed. Excuse me, Nikki got killed. That whole Megan's Law line, that roasted anything she had to say in her whole song. Just that one line to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the stands, I mean, they're out of hand right now. Behind, basically, yeah, behind Megan, going there and trying to, threaten her mother's grave and all this other craziness. And
Oh wow.
Megan's catching a little bit of heat because that Megan's Law line. They're the family who enacted that law. Is kind of demanding an apology right now. And this for a battle or beef to become this big commercially is something new because you got basically a Washington Post paper article on it, and you've got top 40 stations commenting on it. Basically pop radio commented on it like that.
Because it's Nikki. Because
But
of Nikki, man.
And for it to become, people have to actually explain battles to outside people who are outside the culture. It's kind of crazy.
Nikki messing the money up now.
Well, Nikki messed herself up. You know what I'm saying? Marrying a child predator. So.
Whoa.
And look. Oh yeah, man. Look,
Hey,
man.
it's in law.
Threw shots.
Wow.
Megan threw shots.
You know what I'm saying?
Megan threw shots. Bro. That shit was.
I mean, that's not a shot. It's in the papers. It's on.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying it's not, but she made it known. She threw it in a song. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
So be careful of the company you keep. You know what I mean?
Cardi B about to come back now and kill everybody. She worried about. I guess you worried about Offset though. Still worried on that.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm starting to get hungry. Everybody munching on something, man. And whatnot. Big Cat, you got any comments about this feud?
Nah, I mean, I didn't get to hear either one of the songs yet, but I've been, I'm on Twitter heavy, so I've seen all the stuff when each song dropped on Twitter. But I mean, like you said, I mean, they both got crazy fan bases on Twitter. And when I said Megan stole Pimp C whole style, that wasn't a diss. Pimp C is one of the illest. That's a good one to go from. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, shout out.
I think
to
it's a
them,
mixture.
Man. I find it hard to believe what y'all saying that Megan killed Nikki, but y'all saying this, I gotta believe it. I mean, y'all making me want to go double back in here. You know what I'm saying?
She did, Cash. Real shit.
Bad, bro. Bad.
Yeah.
Like
this won't monster Nikki.
Oh, damn.
Bad for real.
I think she should have went back and listened to herself
so
on that track before she put it out.
And like I said, y'all bringing up a lot of stuff like drugs and what she got going on with her relationships. Do you think Meg took the time to assassinate when she was at a low moment to take advantage of that? Because Meg came out of nowhere with the diss, right?
I think she's been marinating on this for a minute because Nikki been taking,
I heard.
Been shooting subs, you know what I'm saying, for a hot minute. And then, with everything Megan had going on in her life, she was like, okay, I'm just letting loose on everybody.
Yeah, Meg got a lot of shit going on too, but that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy, and the ladies really getting it in on the MC shit, so I respect it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to see more battles. At least with this battle, we ain't got to worry about. Well, we kind of do. I'm about to say we got to worry about nobody getting shot, but we kind of do. But
I mean, Meg done got shot for it. So
in the foot. I'm about to say she's already missing a toe.
Yeah. And Nikki got the shooter. So, but it's good to see females doing their thing and battles and that going on because that's what I love. So
shout out to Tory Lanez, man.
Yeah, man. Free that man. For
real, man.
Shit. Yeah, man.
That was one of my favorite artists.
Well, me personally, I'd rather see them bare knuckle it out at BKFC 57.
Hey.
That's what I prefer. and whatnot. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get
Yeah,
it. We got one more topic.
Megan, that's a big bitch. Megan is a big bitch. And I ain't saying that to be negative. I'm just saying
Nah,
she gonna
she
stop.
Nah,
big for
she
real.
tall as shit.
Yeah,
What?
That motherfucker about
yeah,
5'10", 5'11". Man, what? She big, man.
yeah, yeah.
No, I
For a
thought she
female.
was. I
Nikki,
thought she was 6 foot up. I thought she was like six something.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
Got to do
Nikki,
my
tall, bro.
Googles.
Meredith's
yeah.
tall, bro.
Nikki gonna have to call her husband.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
I'm
gonna
matter
have
of
one
fact.
more topic. Before we get into that, we're gonna get in a quick dizzle break.
Tropical tree.
Are we drinking? Me and my team, whenever we link up, they gonna be drink up. We sit down and relax and have few glasses when there's things to think about. Like I'm nice with the bars when I tend to the bars and I'm not talking drink ups. So tell the bartender that's tending the bar to please pass me a big cup up. And tell that waitress is waiting on us to put a little ice in it. Now watch the ice become weightless like the spaceships that I be sitting in. No wait and listen, no they're waiting for that tropical twist that'll tickle your taste buds. Now taste some. Yo, I insist it's the drizzle.
I really mean it. You could dizzle too. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Check us out, dizzlebrand.com. And we got the new 4 can coming out, red bottom, on the beach, and the Sangra and mango Rita and
Uh,
whatnot.
I need the case
On
shipped to my
Yeah, we
house
got the
expeditiously.
Yeah,
yeah
need a
we got
case.
the
Need
we
a case. Need a case of that.
on a
yeah we
quick
got the
note,
4 can coming and whatnot. So
mutate. You was right. She 5'10". She 5'10".
Mm.
I thought she was taller, but I could have sworn she was taller.
That's still tall for a woman, though. You know what I mean? For real.
all right, so we got a interesting topic, and it actually kind of went through the day with the Universal Records removing their music from TikTok. So you got Drake,
Mm.
Kendrick Lamar, Nicki Minaj, music being removed, or facing removal off of TikTok. But I do know a lot of music got removed, and people's TikTok posts got muted. Their sounds got muted. So I want to start this with Mutate God. I think he might have some interesting to say about this one.
Um, Only thing I gotta say about one of the things is I think it's okay, man. Like I mean, they have control over what they want to do with their catalog of music. And if the artist, I don't know who particularly has a problem with it, but if the artists have a problem with it, they better find some ownership because you can't complain about nothing you don't own. You know what I mean? Like you can't complain about anything that you don't own. And Universal, we don't know what they got up their sleeve. They might be coming up with some sort of service on their own side, well, like a TikTok type thing, which is why they might want to pull their stuff off right now and go into to save it to go into their own thing. We don't know what these $1 billion people got up the pipeline, but you know, if it's hurting the artists and they feeling a type of way about that, all right, get some ownership. You know what I mean? Who has the problem with it?
Well, I don't really got a problem with it. I think it's going to be a good thing for the unsigned artists, the independent artists.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Universal Music Group artists. There's a lot that's going to have a problem with it because there's a lot of artists that are not major artists that are distributed by Universal Music Group and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I don't know it. It don't make sense to me because it's every other label is okay with the payouts that they're getting in the deal that they're getting. It's just Universal trying to puff out their chest right now. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mr. J, you got anything to say about this?
Yeah, it's a money grab. I mean, strictly a money grab.
Yeah, yeah.
Universal's trying to figure out, how much of the bag they can get, and TikTok is trying to figure out how much of the bag they can keep. I mean,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right now, essentially, with TikTok getting so many views and so many people on their platform, it really is, you know, basically breaking artists or getting individuals who are able to put their music out there on that platform. And Universal is like, we see the potential, we see what's going on. We want to be able to wet our beat too. And that's usually what happens in corporations. They kind of have pissing contests, and we see, we'll figure out how this works out. But you can guarantee artists on any label ain't gonna see another extra cent, another extra publishing point on any of this, because the labels want to hold everything. They want to hold all the cash. So it just
Black
had to be.
Looney, you got like 20,000 followers. What do you think about this?
It's to me, I don't really care because for one, when I
he got caught in the matrix.
You lost him.
It's the blue pill, not the real one.
Kaz, you got anything to say about this?
I mean, it's business. I mean, it's two corporations, and I guarantee they're going to negotiate. They're going to come to an agreement because it's Universal and TikTok. They need each other, so they're going to come to an agreement. I can't guarantee you it's going to be what's best for the artist, but it will be best for what's best for Universal and the corporation. And who's it hurting? It's probably hurting the little people on TikTok, like the little girls doing the dances that now they video ain't got no ain't got no sound. And what I'm hoping is that underground artists and unsigned artists are able to take advantage of this time, because Universal has a big catalog that's just been removed from TikTok, and hopefully some other artists, some unsigned artists, so like Mr. J said, will be discovered on TikTok through this by just having some hype songs on there.
Cutting the big dog out. They did it.
Yeah, because I had a friend. He said all his sounds got removed on a lot of his posts on TikTok, and basically they got an option where you can change the sound, but a lot of influencers are upset about it, because especially if you do a dance, you've done a dance to a specific song, and now you got to try to change the song on that post, to make the dance possibly fit. You know what I'm saying? So I think
just do more content.
The influencers are definitely going to be more pissed than anybody on this aspect.
Yeah, but if a dance is got on mute, do another one. Put a lot of content up, so why you can't worry about too much of the past.
Yeah,
keep going.
I love it. I'm about to ramp up my lip syncs. I know that much. And somebody just came in. I think we got Looney's back. You back?
I'm back. Can I hear me?
Up?
I don't know what happened.
You went in the matrix.
For real, I was gone.
TikTok went the war with him.
No, but yeah, man. I think Mr. J kind of really hit it on point with what it was, man. This right now is just a battle for money, man. This ain't nothing else but
we got radio silence. We got radio silence. We ain't got him back up on the screen.
Y'all don't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I don't see him.
Well, I'm here. I see myself.
I see you.
Yeah, I do.
He's good.
All right, but yeah. So but yeah, man, like I said, it's a fight for money, man. It's a power struggle right now. They're trying to see who I guess who gives leeway to the most. Like he said, man, one's trying to keep money, the other one's trying to get it. So
it's kind of like what, like the writer strike was for the actors and stuff like that for the movies. You think that's what they're trying to pull off?
Man, you know what? Now that you mention it, it kind of
I think
they're
trying to get as much as they can. I think a lot of times a lot of these artists don't they don't get the just due they deserve, and these labels know that. They know exactly what they're trying to get out of every deal they make.
And that shit hits. And you know what? That shit hits home too. Like whenever they got to get the most money, because sometimes it ain't just about the artist. It's about the whole up and down the scale of money. You know what I mean? Because that's like that writer strike. It affected so many people all the way down to the hairstylists. You see what I'm saying?
And I feel like it in a way, like Paul was saying, it affects like me. Like I got 20,000 followers on there, right? So I guarantee you, I got videos on there with Drake's music and
and it's muted.
And it's just quiet now. Now I'm not generating my little money that I make off of that every month or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine people who do that on a daily basis, and that's what they do. Like this is like, oh, they're because I know people that's what they live by. They make content on the internet, and that's it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're not only hurting the people that you got up there, now you're hurting the other people that rely on what you push out for them to make that content as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's definitely got a trickle effect all the way down.
Mhm. It's almost like
Face just
all
commented.
Look, you see this comedy. He down in Miami talking about this. It's so wild.
Yeah,
this
Big Face
was
just commented.
crazy.
Sorry, fellas, it's wild down here in
Shouts
Miami,
out to
man.
Big
Yeah,
Face down there
yeah.
in the
That
MIAOs.
that was
I
a
bet.
big flex.
I know, right? I bet you it is wild down there.
Yeah.
Like surprising, right? Wow.
I think another problem is how do you decipher how much somebody gets paid off of a 15-second TikTok when they're using your song or
Well, I
30
think that's
second clip, you know?
I think that's exactly what they're doing. Like I said, they just taking the catalog down while they negotiate what that is, what it is worth.
What is that worth? What do we think that's worth?
Listen, you think about this, bro, right? Sometimes some people are smart with it too. They make a 10-second video, right? That just loops.
Yeah,
You won't even know it. You won't even know that thing loops. You'll sit there and watch it for about 2 minutes. You don't watch that video about 30 times, bro. You don't even know it. Motherfucker might make $1,000, $2,000 a month off a video like that. Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Easy. I know people that do. I got a friend of mine, and it's crazy because he doesn't even post content of himself. He posts like content of other people. You know? And that's all his TikTok is consists about is him posting other people's content. And he got like I think like 637,000 followers or whatever, and all his videos hit 1 million views, 1.5 or right under 1 million. And he bringing home a check easy every week. It's like $2,000, $3,000. I'm like, yo, what? Like how?
Yeah. On the music side too, the TikTok money is real on the music side. I actually a couple of years back I had did a like a Christian rap project, and I had sampled like a TikTok joint where the lady was like on TikTok like Holy Spirit activate, and I sampled that, and that joint got like hundreds of thousands of like TikTok people that have used it, and like I said, every month I see about like $50, and that's the money's only coming from TikTok. Like it's not really streaming on Spotify like that crazy, not YouTube like that crazy, but it's crazy TikToks, and it's been consistently about $50 every month since then, since for like 2 years.
Damn.
Coming just from that one song on TikTok. But yeah, you can search that. It's on Google. You can search Ronald. You know, my Christian joint, I go by my government name, Ronald Massenberg. You search Ronald Massenberg, Holy Spirit Activate. You can search it on TikTok.
Yeah, shouts out to
Yes,
TikTok.
sir.
I love TikTok, man. I don't care what anybody says about TikTok being the devil or Satan. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. All I know is I spent less than $100 and got a client, 9 million views and a shit ton of likes and comments and reshares on TikTok. So, that's what I think about TikTok.
Damn right. I hear you.
It's TikTok's the wave, man. It's definitely the wave, bro.
Yeah, you can't like push back on it, man. You know, and that's one of the things I had a problem with Trump about. Like, yo, pump the brakes on TikTok, homie.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's
pump
just
the
too much
brakes on the
content.
TikTok. Trying to ban TikTok and shit, man.
Too much content to be out there to
Before we
use.
go, anybody want to
It'd
do any?
always be something.
Anybody want
Well,
to do any
nah,
shout
I'm gonna
outs?
say Trump really should have been going at people like Apple and them because, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
because they really talking about data collection, and I mean, of
Yeah,
course, app's gonna collect data. He really should have been going at Apple about that.
Well, Apple and Amazon Web Services is everywhere.
And Apple
That's
ain't
how
breaking no unsigned artists anyway. So, any shout outs, fellas, y'all want to get out of the way?
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Shout out to 3D Straw. Shout out to Latin Louis.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, brother. I've seen your stuff, man. Good to meet you, man.
Nah, appreciate it, bro.
Mr. J. Big Paul.
Anybody else?
Man, you know me, man. Shout out to the 28376 Bucktown 47. Shout out to the Mutate Festival, April 13th, man. It's loading up. We're getting closer and closer. Shout out to Modeo Magazine, man. That thing, we building that thing. Shout out to Mutate Clothing. Shout out to the doggone Uncle Chuck. Tia Hart, my artist, female artist, is about to come soon. Shout out to Payola Stacks. His album's out right now. You know what I'm saying? I Want This More Than Ever. Y'all streaming that right now. And shout out to Wood Boy Films, man. We about to start on the south of the border film and really get some comedy out here. Cause motherfuckers don't want to put comedy films out, man. So we going to do some comedy films and shit like that. So yeah, man. And shout out to everybody in the 910 and the Carolinas just working and trying to perfect their craft so they can get some money. And remember, Mutate God said, don't just do it for the clout. Get you some money, man. For sure.
Let me know if you need some comedians for that comedy joint, man. Cause my guy does the open mic. My guy does the open mic comedy night over here on Bragg Boulevard at the White Rabbit.
Okay.
I ain't funny, but I'm funny looking, bro. I'll be there.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, man. Hey, I'll let y'all know when the cast a call, man. We about to do a cast a call soon, man. I have all y'all in there. I don't give a fuck. You know how we rock. You know what I mean?
Listen,
so we
Jay,
just gonna have fun.
I need some more. I need some more IMDb credits.
For sure.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, speaking of that, you know what I'm saying? I got Savage Genesis that's on Amazon and Tubi right now. Shout out to Tef Illuminati. I was a part of the Herb Train. Shout out to Cayenne the Lion King. We got Tales from the Dead Zone still in post-production, so that should be coming soon. Of course, I'm steadily trying to wrap up this Underground Experience film, doing interviews next 2-3 months, and got some performances coming up. I'll let y'all know as they come on. And of course, One Heartbeat Away is streaming right now on all platforms. And we're getting ready to have the Empire Dark Ages album that should be up coming pretty soon as well. Shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep networking. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Network is, you know what I'm saying, it's what makes everything happen.
For sure.
Definitely network. I also want to say, aside from shouting out, shameless plug time, make sure to check out, all the music that I got out there, music that I got coming out, man. Go to unitedmasters.com/BigCast910, unitedmasters.com/BigCast910, and go to youtube.com/BigCast910 and subscribe to BigCast910 TV. Anybody out there looking to do any video work, like want to get some music videos done, want to do some interviews, reach out to me because we're about to get the channel back up and running really strong. So holler at your boy. Shout out to my boy, Boss Greedy. I see him in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat.
Greedy.
For
sure.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Big shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We definitely see y'all in here, man. We got y'all popping up on screen. You feel me? Yeah, man. Big shout out to we got to shout out Big Face, man. He out there in Florida giving us some content for us out there.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's spring break.
So big shout out to him, man. He out there doing the thing with the bare knuckle fighting, man, for Circle of Kings, man. So big shout out to the Circle of Kings, man. Y'all, if y'all ain't checked it out, y'all definitely go check it out. We putting in work on that, man. Shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Y'all already know how we get down, man. So then I also y'all definitely go check out my music, man. I got more music that's about to drop. I'm dropping maybe about 3-4 more songs coming up in like the next month or so. Then I'm probably gonna, hold off on it for a minute and just let them sit there and marinate. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that. But we are about to drop hella videos, so that's what we are about to start getting coming in for y'all, man. We're about to bring these music videos in for y'all, man. Something I've been waiting for. So y'all stay tuned for that, man. And yeah, man, big shout out to everyone, man, that sit here and come in and watch this and vibe with us, man. Hell
Live
yeah.
from Fayettenam.
You feel me?
Yeah, shouts out to everybody live from Fayettenam, Big Kaz, Latin Loonies, Mutate God, Mr. J. Shouts out to Big Face, motherfucker out there in the MIAO while we
Spring break.
still in Vietnam.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Shouts out to my Dizzle brand crew. Shouts out to Circle of Kings. Shouts out to my man Redneck Mundell. I know he's out there at the BKFC 57.
Is he on tonight?
Which is actually in Hollywood, Florida, Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and whatnot. So before we go, anybody want to say?
You know. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, one more shout out to the So Hollywood podcast. We're trying to see if we got some things going on with the core DJs. We'll see what's popping with that as I get some more information.
And
for sure.
Mr. J, when do we got Drug Beats on? We got him the 16th?
16th.
And if everything goes well, we should have DV Alias Christ on next week, who was actually on the Nutty Professor soundtrack with My Crew Can't Go for that joint with Smoother Hustlin', Trigger the Gambler, and he was on the Lyricist Lounge, I think Volume 2, if I'm not mistaken.
And I'm checking back with Pace 1 sometime this week, so
Pace 1.
What's going on with Pace 1?
Yeah.
And then anytime y'all want to bring on any guests, just let us know and whatnot. So.
Oh no, yeah, I definitely got somebody that in the works. I'm gonna talk to you about that in a minute. So yeah.
Okay.
We got some.
All right. Before we go, anything y'all want to say?
We love you, Fayetteville.
Peace.
47 Mutate Daily.
Spread love.
Beats by Trill, straight Killerville, dog.